The first rays of the morning sun slipped into my room. Light fell through the curtains, casting thin lines across my face. I rubbed my eyes, waking up with the ever-present feeling of unfairness simmering inside me. My younger sister, 2 years younger than me, was bustling in the kitchen preparing breakfast. Her world was filled with gaming chairs and in-game weapon skins. My world, however, was always filled with waiting and postponed dreams. I want an iPhone 11, I thought. I've been asking for 2 years. I've contributed money when I could, yet it feels like my money is going elsewhere toward Dad's new curtain shop. A volcano of frustration was stirring inside me, silently, unnoticed. I carried the burden of this injustice. The other day, we were talking about my school grades. Mom and Dad had serious expressions on their faces. If your grades aren't good, you won't get the phone, Mom said. I just nodded. Double quotes, okay, you decide. I'll try harder, I said, my voice quiet but firm. I didn't want to prolong the conversation. I didn't want an argument. But I realized that staying silent only accumulated weight inside me. That weight was slowly turning into anger. During breakfast, my sister suddenly spoke up. I want a gaming chair, and I want the Valorant weapon skins too. I'll pay half of it myself. Dad immediately jumped in. What kinds are there? What's the price range? I just watched silently. Mom glanced at me. I rolled my eyes and got up. From the table, inside me, there was both jealousy and a sense of injustice. An hour later, the family was chatting in the kitchen. Feeling the tension, I joined them. The topic was my sister's wishes. I made myself a coffee and sat quietly. When Dad and my sister moved to the living room, a stir rose inside me. Why is my waiting always postponed? Such a simple request. Why is it always delayed? I've been asking for this phone for almost 2 years. I said to Mom, my voice trembling yet firm. Every time I bring it up, you brush it off. If her request comes before mine, I won't hesitate to argue. Mom looked surprised and angry. She's younger. Where's the 22,000 TL? Where's the 7 to 8,000 TL? Anger surged inside me. As you realize, I contributed most of the money, and you spent my money on yourselves. Mom fell silent. Dad looked at me with a mocking expression. Dad's gaze was unbearable. I told him the same thing. I'm the one who supports this family in every way, and you're being unfair to your children. You keep postponing me. I don't want a single penny back. Stop asking me for money after this. You won't even ask me for a glass of water. I retreated to my room. Silence, anger, and regret blended into one. I closed my eyes and took deep breaths. Once in my room, I thought, am I wrong? Or is it wrong to defend what's mine? My words were harsh, but they were the result of years of built-up frustration. Why must I always wait? I give the money, yet the decisions are made by others. Is staying silent in the face of injustice what growing up means. From a young age, I always took responsibility. Since my sister was born, I supported both her and my family, but I never defended my own rights. Sometimes I scolded myself. Why are you so quiet? But sometimes I realized patience is one of the hardest lessons. My sister innocently expressed her wishes, yet inside me, jealousy brewed. It wasn't just about money, it was about recognition and fairness. I didn't want to be angry at her. I just wanted the answer to why my request was always postponed. From that day, every sound in the house became a trigger. Dad's mocking looks, Mom's silence, my sister's innocent requests, all of it built up inside me. One day, I found the courage to express myself again. I've supported you in every way, but you're being unfair right now. You will no longer ask me for money. After retreating to my room, I listened to my own voice in the silence. There was anger, hurt, and a slight relief. I had exploded, but I was right. I asked myself, how will I manage this anger? How can I make my family understand? That day, I found a small notebook and started writing down my feelings. Every detail. Datsgazemum silence me sister's innocent demands together. These details formed not only anger, but also awareness. I realized that my family might be unintentionally unfair, but that didn't mean my feelings were invalid. Growing up isn't just about getting older, I told myself. It's about understanding your feelings and keeping your sense of fairness. I reconsidered my relationship with my sister. I needed to support her, but I also needed to defend my own rights. I learned to manage my jealousy. Instead of blaming her, I focused on understanding my own worth. I developed strategies for communicating with my parents, stay calm, speak clearly, and assertively express my boundaries. This way, I could defend myself without being hurtful. Every argument at home was a test. Sometimes my patience ran out. Sometimes I chose to stay silent. But I realized silence wasn't just carrying a burden, it was waiting for the right moment. In my room, I organized my thoughts. Anger, hurt, and regret were tangled. But now the search for a solution had begun. Understanding my own worth was the key to growing up. I could now speak to my family in small steps and share my feelings. I learned to maintain my bond with my sister. I supported her while also setting my boundaries. Every argument taught me something. Waiting requires patience. Expressing yourself requires courage. A sense of justice is a guide at every age. Now, I communicated with my family calmly and firmly. I could express my feelings without being hurtful, while also defending my rights. Anger, hurt, and jealousy became manageable. My confidence grew. I could now balance defending my rights and supporting others. I learned the cost of being postponed. Waiting, being patient, staying silent sometimes necessary. But the most important thing is understanding your value and defending your rights. And I realized that growing up isn't just about getting older. It's about understanding your feelings and protecting your sense of justice.